Hi Cancer, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your monthly forecast for May 25th. Cancerians, we begin the month with a beautiful full moon that is there on the 3rd, and it's highlighting a part of your chart that has to do with creativity, it has to do with children, it has to do with love. And full moon is all about it's all about fruition. It's about time where things really come to a full circle. They've reached a climax point wherein that now things need to be told. And full moons are often quite emotional. And you can find yourself making quite emotional proclamations during this time, and which could be perceived as somewhat being a little unrefined because the energy and the emotion is quite raw. However, this is nothing that comes all of a sudden. It could be something that you have been thinking about for a long time, but you've not really articulated as yet. And it just gets, it's a time where you feel that you must speak. And full moon also tends to shine its light on things that we have been trying to sort of brush it under the carpet, not do much about it, and we've just been at times where things are happening in our lives, and all of us go through various stuff. We always tend to put the things that hurt a lot, or they pinch a lot, you put it on a side and say, when I have time, that's the time I'm going to be looking at it, and that's the time I'll sit peacefully and I'll sort it out. But that time or that phase never really happens. So full moon is now coming up and shining its light on your part of your creativity, and it's saying that this is time where you really need to be more creative. If you have stagnated at your workplace, or if you are feeling a block of sorts at your workplace, or even regarding with your work, with your career, or even in your personal life, this is a time where you need to be more spontaneous. You need to be letting the inner child out and to be operating more beyond boundaries. So that's what the full moon energy is all about. It's a time to be self-expressive, and it's a time also when these planets or these full moon energies come and they highlight particular part of the charts, it becomes very conducive to be doing those specific things. Not that rest of the time you can't be creative and you can't be self-expressive, but during this time everything else around you is more, the environment around you is very supportive, and people get very supportive, hence it gets very easier to roll things out. Rest of the time you could be struggling and trying to do things, but during certain alignments and certain placement, things become far more conducive. So for you, it's a time where if you have been thinking of wanting to speak your heart out to a loved one, to express yourself, or I think for some of you, you could also be feeling this need to really pour your heart out, just express yourself completely, have maybe just a heart-to-heart conversation, and maybe it's a time where you feel that you don't want to hold it in anymore, or maybe you've just been thinking about, or you've been going through some stuff on your own, even though it may be involving another person, but it could just be your own self. And this is the time you will feel that you really must talk, you really must express yourself. So it's a good time to be doing that, and there could be a lot of you can expect a lot of whirlwind of activity around your children as well. You could find either you're involved, either organizing your children, or maybe children are visiting, and just it could be that you are visiting your parents as well. So a lot of activity around that place as well. For some of you, a love affair could reach its important phase finally. It could feel like an epiphany. You could feel that it is, it's one of those places in a relationship where okay, now is the time where the next step needs to be taken. So for some of you, it could be, and it could go either ways, that some of you may just realize that it's not working out and you really need to be doing something, taking a decision about it. And for some of you, you'll just have that clarity that this is this is the person for me. Venus is going to be entering your own sign and your own house on the 7th of May, and then Venus goes and squares up with Uranus towards the 25th. Now Venus coming, when she comes into again our own house of self, of how we perceive ourselves, how we want the world to look at us. There's a lot of focus on how we look physically. So there's going to be a lot of focus on, you're going to be very worried about your appearance. Maybe a lot of you will go in for a complete wardrobe makeover. There could be some amount of shopping. Some of you could have been thinking about going in for a plastic surgery. A lot of self-improvement. Now the trick about this alignment is that while of course Venus being the goddess of love, beauty and sex and even money, while she's coming and transiting this house of self, she's also speaking about inherent patterns that are there. So maybe some things that you need to be changing about yourself, and this is the opportunity that you can. That's a lot of focus on not just how you look, but how it is that you project yourself to the world outside is also going to be there, and people are going to be finding you quite agreeable and cooperative. Now Mars enters Gemini around the 11th of May, and Mars is going to be transiting a part of your chart that has to do behind the scenes activities. It has to do with spirituality, it has to do with research. So during this time, because Mars is there, and normally, and this is it's a very private house, it's behind the scenes, it's a time, also at times this house is known as the house of self-undoing. And Mars being there, it could be that certain skeletons may come out of the closet. It could be that something that you've been trying to hide for a very long time, all of a sudden it just sort of, because the energy is there, it may just come out, or it could get spoken about, or you may feel that or you may reveal a certain secret, or you could come to know of something. It also at times speaks about clandestine affairs. It speaks about affairs or relationships that are not approved of, or it's really happening behind the scenes. So this could be a time with Mars bringing its entire fiery energy over there. Things could just sort of either get blown out of proportion, or you could find there could be some scandalous gossip, or that also just a need to talk about it or to address it may also happen. And this is also a time where unconscious behavior patterns, now whether they are addictions or whether it is addictions, not just I would say whether it is with smoking, drinking or with drugs, but also if it is being in toxic relationships, and breaking of these patterns is there. So Mars is going to be giving you that energy, that courage to maybe break free of those addictions. And so during this mid-May time, it's a good time. This is just before Mercury goes retrograde. It's a good time for you. If you've been trying to break a pattern or to be, wanting to let go of something, then it's a good time, because you'll have the courage, you'll have the strength to be able to do that. And it's also a time where you could be feeling more strongly about things. So if you are associated with an NGO, to do more for, not just an NGO, but just on your own, you've been thinking about being associated or maybe doing on your own some charity work. This is a time where you'll have the drive and you will be acting it out more, because Mars is it's an action planet. It's not, and this area of your chart is very contemplative, so it's going to be giving it more action. So it's a good time, and I think you are going to be feeling more lighter, more happier about it. Now around the 18th, the biggie, Mercury goes retrograde, and he's retrograde for almost 3 weeks till about June 8th. So we all know the Mercury drill: travel, communication, technology, backup, service, repair, rethink. Be extremely careful about your spoken and written communication, especially where your emails, double check them, whom you're sending them out to. Be extremely careful about doing a reply all and ensuring as to whom it is that the message is intended for. And normally when I start to think about a Mercury retrograde, I think about that Simon and Garfunkel song in my head, Sound of Silence. And it's really a time, when less is more, because it's a time to review. Mercury retrogrades are all about rethinking, reviewing, replanning about things. And Mercury it's there again in your part of your chart, which is very research oriented. It's not a very it's at the back. It's behind the scenes thing. It's a very private part of your life. It's something that and it also has to do with subconscious. You don't want to talk about certain things, and it could be that you would be thinking about things in the past too much. You could be going back in the past and you could be thinking about how things used to be or how it could be. It could be that also for some of you, subconsciously, you could be reliving or rethinking of the stuff in the past. So you could be thinking about, oh, when that had happened, I had felt it that, in a particular way, and I should have reacted it that way, but I didn't do anything about it. Or at a certain time, X number of years back, I had that strong inkling about it, but I didn't know, and I knew something was off. So you are just generally going to be, in a way, subconsciously putting the jigsaw pieces together and saying, oh yeah, okay, this makes sense. Okay, this is how I felt that time. So there is going to be a lot of not reevaluating, but you're going to be just sitting and thinking about the past a lot. And because it has to do with your subconscious, it has to do with stuff that has to do could have really bothered you, and maybe actions that you didn't take that you should have, maybe things that maybe choices that you had then that you don't have now. It could be that as well. So you could be thinking about that as well, and you could be wanting to be really left alone. It's a very private kind of a space, an alone time. This is a time where you're not going to be wanting too many people around you or socialize or parties, and this is a time where you are going to be feel quite happy being by yourself, being at home, listening to your music, maybe going for your walks or tending to your plants, just being happy. And you could now the thing about you, what I'd like to tell you about is, it's not all dark and sad and all. It's also because you are in that phase of that revisiting the past and subconsciously thinking about stuff. Try not to sort of convince yourself of the dark and twisted stories. Try not to convince yourself of how bad life is and all. Yes, it could be challenging for some of you seeing the placement, but try sort of not to get overwhelmed by it or really drown in it and start feeling sorry for yourself that, oh God, I'm going through, or I've had such a raw deal in life, and so on and so forth. And it's a brilliant time, Cancerians, to meditate. It's a brilliant time. I know I keep saying it in all my videos, but I really think when this aspect happens in this particular part of your chart, it's a 12th house, and it's a beautiful time to go for a retreat. And for those of you who have tried Vipassana before, it's fantastic. And for those of you who find that will be a bit too much, try and do some form of meditation. Try and do yoga. Maybe go for some spas. Just go to a resort. Just try and be in a very relaxing environment around yourself. The keywords for you Cancerians this month is redeem, release, relax, recharge, and repent. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Cancerians. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.